Hey, what's up, everybody? Today is Turo's Topics, episode 2, Tuesday, 1 p.m. Welcome to the show. First and foremost, excuses, no matter how legitimate, do not produce results. Today, we're going to go over a topic that's very common in the gym, and it's ego lifting. What is ego lifting? Lifting weight that is definitely out of your potential, out of your level, out of your range, to basically show off or keep up or show some chick over there at the fucking squat rack how much you can bench. Who cares? It's something that's very prone to injury and also something that is kind of counterproductive to what you're trying to accomplish with your body, your health, and your physique. You're not a power lifter. You're not a strength athlete. You're just trying to build a nice aesthetic physique. So it's not about how much weight you lift, but how you lift the weight. And what do I mean by that? There's 3 facets to every repetition: the positive, the contraction, and the negative. And if you take advantage of every facet of every repetition, I doubt that you're gonna be going that heavy to begin with. Now, don't get me wrong, training intensity, training with heavy weight, hey, I'm not against it. What I'm against is ego lifting, which is basically, like I said, training, showing off, being arrogant, and trying to prove something to somebody else that, honestly, let's be real, they don't give a shit. So lift at your capacity, know what you're able to do, know the rep range you're going for, and set the right amount of weight so that you could be able to perform the set correctly and actually stimulate results, which is why you're in the gym in the first place. Unless you're in the gym to show off. I mean, listen, a lot of guys go over there, they'll do about 2 sets an hour. They'll put some weight on there. They'll scream. They'll grunt. And that's all just like, hey, look at me, look how much I can lift. That's ego lifting, guys. So basically, I encourage you to just drop the weight. Drop the weight just a little bit. Get a higher rep count. Get a higher rep scheme. And then add weight accordingly. There's something called progressive overload, which is something that I highly suggest if you're really trying to improve at the gym, your strength, your conditioning, your physique. Every week, whether you add a pound, whether you add 1 rep, you're progressing from the week prior, okay? So let's just say today I bench 145 for 10 reps. Next week, I want to try and bench 155 for 10 reps or 146 for 10 reps. It doesn't matter. As long as you're progressing, you're going to put your body under a new stress and you're going to build a higher threshold. Therefore, your body's going to adapt to that and you're going to start seeing some gains, okay? Lifting with friends. Nothing wrong with it. I highly encourage it, just as long as you know there's gonna be different strength levels, which could be good and also could be bad. The good part, if I train with somebody that's stronger than me, I'm gonna wanna keep up and I'm gonna try to push myself to equal or better his level. But at the same time, I'm not gonna get under the bench knowing, or under the squat rack knowing, or under the curl press knowing that I physically cannot do it. And also, the last thing you want to do is just move weight around to a certain rep count. You want to kind of make love to the weight. You want to go slow. You want to take a breath per rep. Inhale on the way down. Exhale on the contraction. And actually make love to the weight. That's why I listen to Sade. That's why I listen to The Weeknd. That's why I listen to different songs on my headphones to slow down and not be Metallica out and going crazy. We all have stages. I went through that stage. Thank God I never got injured. But the point is to use weight that is gonna match your abilities and enhance your physique. I think it was Frank Zane that said the secret of bodybuilding is making a 20-pound dumbbell feel like 50 pounds. I couldn't agree more, Frank. It's all about how you lift the weight, taking your time. And there's two philosophies that I highly encourage you guys to follow at the gym. It's mind to muscle connection. So really, how do you connect your mind to your muscle? Well, first, let's just say I'm training chest. What I like to do is, yes, stretch out, but also flex the target muscle group and feel my chest mentally. I feel my muscle contracting. That way I know that that's the target. So when I get under the resistance or under the weights, I want to feel or mimic that same feeling as I'm working out. That's the mind to muscle connection. The second philosophy I like to go by is time under tension. What is that? It's basically the duration of your set. If you do 10 reps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that was like 3 seconds. But if you take a deep breath, you flex, you resist the negative, you press and you flex, that's 2, 3. You see how that takes time, and then I'm building tension and I'm compounding that tension, and then that is what makes 20 pounds feel like 50 pounds. So a couple things about that. When you eliminate ego lifting and you leave the ego at the door, number one, you don't risk injury. So basically, you're safe. And at this point, you also want to consider risk to benefit ratio. In other words, what's the risk of me benching 405? It's pretty high. What's the benefit? Am I gonna go to a strongman competition? Am I getting ready for a benching contest? Probably not. So I'd rather lower it to maybe 315 or 225 and rep it out. And once I feel comfortable enough and I make it to a certain level with weeks of progressive overload, weeks of mind to muscle connection, weeks of time under tension, and practicing these philosophies and mastering my time at the gym, then I'll confidently get under the weight that will set a PR or help me feel stronger about myself. But in all due reality, those powerlifting days for me are way beyond my past. I'm more about upkeeping my physique, training hard intensity, but with a weight and resistance that I can manage, control, and really get that flex, really get that stretch, and really get that contraction. So guys, basically, that's all I pretty much have for you. This episode is gonna be short and sweet. So leave your ego at the door the next time you go to the gym and train smart, train hard, and train for life. And remember, excuses are only important to those that make them. It's Team Turo checking out episode 2 in the books. Topics with Turo, round 3 next Tuesday, 1 p.m. I look forward to seeing you. Dial in. Guys, real quick, I want to know what topics you'd like to talk about and discuss. Comment below the best topic for next week. I'm going to give them a shout out on my channel, and we're going to go over that topic. So make sure you click the bottom and click whatever topic you want to go over. It could be anything. It could be weightlifting, it could be dating, it could be nutrition, whatever you guys want to talk about and chop up next week on Topics with Turo. Leave a comment. I'm going to shout you out next week. Let's get it.